And if you're nervous about touching the pasta, you know, maybe it's something to talk about with your therapist. I'm Adam Leonti. I'm a chef and I have a restaurant here in LA called Alba. And we're gonna make spaghetti al limone, a lemon spaghetti. Somewhat like what we make at the restaurant, but this is more the one I make when I make at home. My family is Italian-American. Grew up with Italian food and always wanted to be a chef. More or less have been doing that every day since I was about 11. Spaghetti al limone, and specifically, is the great date pasta. So this is the one to show off with without having to spend any money. So I never really had any money. So I would make, this would be like, if I really cared about someone, I'd make them lemon pasta. And that was what my grandfather told me. He was like, this is the date pasta. So cacio e pepe can also be the date pasta, but it's a little more heavy. And it's nice to have a little lighter pasta for romance. So we start with garlic. In this instance, we're gonna do butter. So it's not quite just garlic and oil, but the butter kind of turns into oil, so you'll see what I mean. There's really no prize for what it looks like. Just not too big and chunky. No one really wants to eat a big piece of garlic in this romantic pasta that is about a kiss, right? That's the whole idea, so we can't have vampire breath. Unsalted. You could use salted butter. You would just want to make sure that you taste as you go along and it doesn't become too salty. And we're going to let this butter slowly cook the garlic, and it's going to brown. We're going to let it brown. There are many faux pas in this recipe from Italian history food. So when I lived in Italy and stuff, we didn't use a lot of garlic, first of all. And then we never browned garlic. And I'm going to do both of those things in this scenario. And this would not be your typical lemon pasta for sure, that maybe you had in Sorrento or something. This is very much of its own, but still very simple and in the spirit of Italy. And then we're going to do something also that, you know, might not be typical, which is we're going to cook the parsley. I don't think of parsley as a garnish. I think of it as you know, a flavor and an ingredient, and really want the flavor in it. So I just chop it. And the stems are so gentle, I just keep the stems in there because they taste good too. I always do this, so this part of my finger and this part of my finger here, and that's about enough for 2 people. So drop it in. It's gonna be about 9 minutes in the water. However, we're gonna cook it by eye because you don't need a timer. You can just do it by eye. All right, starting to brown. And how we're gonna stop the browning is with some lemon juice and turning off the heat. And then a little bit of flavoring in here as well afterwards, but you don't need it to have the heat on. So I'm gonna go black pepper, healthy amount of turns. And then I'm gonna use some smoked paprika. We're gonna do some zest. You know, there's no like perfect amount, but I think about 1 is good for like 2 people. And just that gentle heat of the pan, even when it's off, is enough to aromatize it and kind of give it some life and wake it up. Every once in a while I like to just pick up the spaghetti and move it so it doesn't get all stuck. I usually just pull out a piece and take a look. So when I look to see if spaghetti is cooked, I don't throw it at the wall, which I have seen someone do, and see if it sticks, which I do love. I do love that. I think that's very cool. I look to see if it starts to fall straight. It still has a little curve, which means it's not cooked. When it falls straight, it's cooked. Okay. We're there. Okay. Nice, and falls down. Nice and straight. We're ready. We're gonna take the pasta, and we're gonna go into our pan. The secret to pasta. This is the secret right here. And if you're a gardener, which I hope you are, then this is actually really good for your garden. Sometimes you put a little starch water in there. Let it cool, of course, don't burn the plants. there's starch in the water, and that starch is what, like if you ever made anything with a roux or you made your Thanksgiving gravy, that starch is what brings that together. And it's going to happen here with this pasta. So as the spaghetti is cooked, and then it's going to go in here and it's going to cook a little longer for maybe another minute. We're going to let it come up to a boil. I'm going to add some more lemon to it. So I like to have a layer of a little bit of cooked lemon and a little bit of raw lemon. We're going to add a little bit more parsley. This, also one of the secrets, you got to get good at this. Also, good date moment. This is when you can show your skill. This is like the bird of paradise giving its dance. To be like, hey, maybe you like my plumage. This is going to reduce. You're going to see it get thickened. The starch will do that. You want to like feel it kind of move forward and backwards a little bit. And you can start with little tiny tosses and then get more dramatic. It's getting thicker. You can also hear it. It still sounds like there's water in it. And it'll get a little bit more of a rapid sound as it reduces. Oh, you can hear it. This is when it's getting right there. Oh, it's there. So now we're gonna add our Parmigiano Reggiano, which, yes, this is an economically facilitated dish, but you can't skimp on the Parmigiano Reggiano. One of my favorite phrases I ever heard was when someone was making some bolognese and they said, how much Parmigiano? The person replied, as much as you can afford. All right, we're gonna taste. Need a little more cheese. That was ground already, but we're gonna just put some of the, right from the tap here. I don't do anything like that. I go like this. Because look at that. I mean, come on. And then you just do that. And that's it. Maybe a little bit more cheese. Don't cut the spaghetti, please. Someone spent so much time making the spaghetti long. The fork, one of the many great inventions from Italy, from the Medici, is what you need. So you're going to use the bottom two tines, and you're going to use the plate as your spoon. And you can pull it like this, and use the side of the plate. And then you can make like this.